Are you all right?
Is that a joke?
I'm sorry.
Turn.
You're headed for Myanmar. Mission's not over.
What about Wilkes?
We're scrambling for a replacement. We might have a runner in Japan we could borrow, a woman named Cohen.
What's in Myanmar?
Nicolads. We used the Kalinatech data to pinpoint him at the Chinese embassy in Rangoon.
Chinese support for the Georgians?
The political situation isn't good. If they are backing Nicolads, you better find rock-solid proof. I don't want to go into World War III without a good reason. You've got some time before you reach Rangoon. Want me to patch a secure phone line so you can talk to Sarah?
No.
Disaster was narrowly averted at the Pickett Gap Water Treatment Plant in Tennessee. Plant management attribute the malfunction to a remote viral attack, possibly the latest act of terror in the Georgian information crisis. Still have no leads in the search for Kumbain Nicolads. NATO and charity groups working in Azerbaijan continue to uncover the corpses left from what was only the beginning of the Georgian president's campaign of high-tech terror. If not for the swift intervention of plant employees, hundreds or even thousands could have become life-threateningly ill from contaminated water.
They say we're safe and all right, but then they tell us to boil our water.
Seeing the disaster averted at Pickett Gap, a possible turning point in the Georgian information crisis, marking the first time American authorities were able to recognize and overcome one of Nicolads' acts of terror. Described early diplomatic negotiations with China a mixture of silence and antagonism. The Chinese claimed that the U.S. are using suspicions of Georgian support as an unfounded excuse to inspect Chinese weapons stores, and have so far refused cooperation. If possible, lending an even greater urgency to the search for Kumbain Nicolads.
Hello, my name is Guectro, and this is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, completed using full stealth with 0 alerts, minimal knockouts. This is Chinese Embassy.
Your contact is in place. Our man in Burma, or Myanmar.
Whatever. Where do I find him?
A rooftop a few blocks from the embassy. Says he's under a large red sign. To respond to the phrase, a bright cold day in April. We've updated your OPSAT. To be clear, if you kill anybody, this mission's over. If you slip up on this one...
I'll find a fallout shelter and learn some prayers.
I'm glad you understand. Be good.
Okay, pal. We're here. This is as close as we can safely get in a vehicle. I can't overemphasize how sensitive this mission is. We can't have a single casualty.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Lambert will give you a position for our contact as you get closer. He's had to stay mobile to avoid detection.
I'll find you when the job's done.
Good luck. And my condolences for Lieutenant Wilkes. I understand he was a good man.
I'll find you when the job's done.
I do hope we'll get along. Your profile at the fort said you wouldn't have trouble working with a woman.
It doesn't worry me. Don't bring up Wilkes again.
Sure. Good luck.
So Sam Fisher is a little sensitive to Wilkes dying. But our new partner here at Cohen, she's cool. She's gonna help us. So Chinese Embassy is a fairly straightforward mission for full stealth. We're gonna shoot out this light here since we listened to the dialogue. If you do not listen to dialogue and just proceed forward right away, you can get through this a lot faster. But I did want to just show off a little bit of the mission and some dialogue in the mission, since it is more of a walkthrough of the game. I want to showcase as much as humanly possible with the mission while not getting alerted. So both of those guards are going to look in the opposite direction, and you'll be able to proceed forward. You do want to wait here in this part coming up, just for a little bit, because if you proceed to walk forward right away, you'll be in the light, and this guard down here will sometimes get suspicious. So once that happens, you'll have enough shadow here to crawl, climb up the window, climb up the ladder, and you'll be able to shimmy along this zip line here. I do bring my legs up just in case. Very rarely will it happen, but sometimes some of the guards will see you since there's a whole lot of light here. And you can make this just a little bit more consistent by bringing the legs up. And then we're just going to hop around here. We're going to make this guy suspicious by dropping down without soft landing with the crouch. He'll proceed to go in the opposite direction. There's going to be two guys to the right of us, but we're not going to worry. We'll be able to get through here while they're just having a little conversation. We're going to go this way. To me, I find this to be a little bit more consistent to go in this direction instead of go in the other direction there. Just find it to be a bit more consistent to do that instead. A bit easier. It takes a little bit longer, but we're not really caring that much about speed in a pacifist playthrough.
Nuclear dynamite? America is a big fish. I hope the general has the nerve to follow this through.
So these guards here are just going to have a conversation. And the entire way through, we're just going to sneak behind them. There's only one thing, or two things to really note here. As you can see, they got their headlamps on. One of these guards are going to walk back in this direction just a little bit. And to prevent them from seeing us, we're just going to press up onto the wall here. Because we do want to proceed to be behind them as closely as possible. Just so we can quickly get through this sewer section here. You could go to the left and to the right of this whole sewer section here in the tunnels. But just pressing up onto the wall here is a bit nicer, a little faster, a little more consistent. And you can still see the way that they're walking as well, which is very nice. It's nice to have that visual information of what the patrols are actually doing. So they're just going to have a nice little conversation there and stop halfway through the tunnel. And yet again, one guard is going to proceed to come back in this direction again and to hide from their vision. We're just going to climb up on this ladder. See the headlamp there. Cool opportunity to drop down and knock them out. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to hold up, chill out, and let him do his thing. If you guys do enjoy these type of playthroughs, be awesome considering subscribing to the channel. And also you can check out future and past missions in the video description below and the full playlist for the walkthrough as well. And you can also check out the no commentary version, where you can just watch the pure gameplay instead in the video description too. There's a lot of fun producing this, and I hope you all enjoy.
Not this again. What? Tang's got this idea about fast food restaurants
So they're just
and amusement parks.
chatting it up here in the tunnel, and we just have to wait.
Small, widely
Is
scattered,
simply all there is to it.
high-tech, coordinated propaganda centers. You clever.
You will see. We can kill their soldiers and flatten their capitals, but we will never beat their hamburger stands.
This is why I hate being on patrol with Tang.
Getting caught up in all that gossip. Now they proceed to move along. We can be crouching right behind him. So there is going to be yet again another ladder to go up onto, which is the one we're going to be able to get out of this whole sewer section here. That patrol is going to go to the right, those two guards straight forward. And that'll give us more than enough time to jump up here on this ladder. Now you do want to hold up here for just a second, because there's going to be a guard right here, facing in our direction. And once he turns around, you're good to go. This other guard on the other side here, he's always going to stand in place and not move at all, so you'll be good. They'll give you more than enough time to climb up this ladder. Sometimes this guard in front of us will get suspicious of our climbing here because we are in the light here a bit. And sometimes, if you do not soft land, you'll get suspicious of us dropping onto the platform there. Unfortunately, on PC and keyboard and mouse, sometimes it's very difficult to soft land. So that is why I didn't do it. But he's all good. The music is already over. And now you've met up with your contact.
Day in April.
Good, good. Take this, okay? You're late, but you're here. Okay, we need to do this quickly.
Go ahead.
That map will show you the general's office in the courtyard.
I thought it was the ambassador's office.
It was, but some Chinese general has been using it. You can see for yourself. You get into the embassy grounds through the rear service entrance.
Is there a gate?
Yes, but a delivery truck will be pulling through shortly. You can sneak in past the truck, no problem. But you only have one chance at it.
Solid work.
I'm very good at my job. Okay, bye-bye.
Who's this Chinese general?
I don't know, but he brought a whole battalion with him.
All right.
What do the locals know?
Things aren't so good here. We've learned not to ask questions. Please go. The more we talk, the more danger.
So we must go, or else he'll be in more danger. Talked with our contact, and now we're going to be ready to proceed to the second part of the Chinese Embassy Part 1 mission. Because there is a Part 2, the Chinese Embassy here. Be happening a few missions later. So we do have to worry about this one guard here. He's going to proceed to go to the right. And we'll be able to creep up onto the opposite direction. He uses his headlight. See in the darkness there. Pretty dangerous guard, so it's really important to just walk up here right away so they can get by him quickly. And then the other guard's going to go in the opposite direction. That'll give us more than enough time to do all this, climbing up the ladders, climbing all the way up here. And then there is going to be one more guard to worry about. We're going to distract him with a bottle. And make sure to crawl slowly here. If you do not crawl slowly enough, sometimes he will get suspicious of your crouching noise. So make sure to crawl nice and slow. Just for consistency's sake, we don't want him to really hear us. And we can throw this bottle so that we can control exactly where we want him to be while we're in this little corner here. A little bit more consistent. Kind of do this. Could just jump in the corner and have him get suspicious that way, but for consistency's sake, I just like to throw the bottle there instead while I'm in the opposite part of the room so I can safely get up. Zip line down onto the ground area here. This guard is always going to go in that direction. You're always good to go here if you time it up correctly.
That truck's going to be your only chance to get inside the embassy. Don't blow it.
Is there something going on I don't know about?
All you need to know is this. If you do find Nicolai's in there, be ready to scramble. One wrong step could mean war. If anybody in the embassy triggers an alarm, we're pulling you out. The mission's over.
So I'm waiting here in this corner for a patrol guard to pass through here. You're probably going to see his headlamp in just a second. For consistency's sake, I just like to wait here because what's going to happen is the moment he turns around, he's going to climb up that ladder, which will allow us to safely get through here without him seeing us at all or hearing us. So there he goes. He was walking here in this little part of the alleyway. So once he climbs up the ladder, good to go. One more part to worry about here with these two guards here. To get into this part of the street fast enough, that's where the direction they'll be in. And you'll be able to safely get to this corner and slowly crouch right behind the truck. Right on the side of this guy here. They're having a little conversation. We're just going to wait for them to pass through. As he gets certified. And once the truck passes through, then we can find a way to proceed forward with two guards. And for the first time in the original game, we have to get past a dog. And dogs in the original Splinter Cell, oh boy, they are overpowered when it comes to their smell. So we're going to wait for this guard here to turn to the right, which will allow us to proceed crouching to the left. And then there's a patrol to the left with his good old puppy that can sense Sam's sweaty ass smell from halfway through the map. Might not happen right away, as you can see here, but eventually that dog will sense Sam through his smell. Music will play. And this dog, man, he goes hard. He can come all the way over here and almost gets alerted as well in the process. But as long as you are in this part of the bush area here, this dog usually is a no factor, and you're good to go.
Give me 3 more days. The devices can be armed in one and placed the next. Of course the Ark. But you know the details. We need to strike together, or we may as well not strike at all. Nicholas, listen to me, because you will reveal us. That's ridiculous. How could they listen? That's paranoia, but fine. No, fine. We will have a safe conversation. I will call you back from my car.
Good Lord, Fisher. That's General Kong Ferrong.
Good Lord. Who's that?
He was the chairman of China's Central Military Commission until '01. Very high PLA muckamuck.
A Chinese general talking to Nicholas isn't good news.
Whatever he's going to say when that
So we're just waiting for dialogue to end here
Stay with him.
and proceed to record the second part of this conversation. As you can see, like I said earlier, the dog, it gets very aggressive. But as long as you are in this part of the bushes here, it seems as if the AI for the dog just cannot press forward anymore. And you always have a safe spot here. Definitely seems like the developers made sure that the player would have a safe spot here for listening to the conversation, so you should be good to go there.
They are just the most capable. Of course. How many times will the signal be rerouted? You also believe your Kola Peninsula base untraceable. I understand the psychology of war. Yes. I've attended many executions, but never Americans. Hold on a second. Driver, how far away is Mukobo Meet?
10 minutes, maybe more. But we'll have to stand a police check along the way.
No, it's not worth the trouble. I will just watch the broadcast like everyone else. Yes, too true. You are a wicked man, Mr. Nicholas. I hope your performance goes well. Take care.
They're going to execute the soldiers.
Sounds like it.
You've got to stop them. Rendezvous with Coleman. I'll forward her the coordinates for Mook.
Mozobo.
Right.
Auspicious hunting ground.
Damn straight. Time for subtlety is past. I need to get this to the Joint Chiefs. See if this means war.
So we have to save those soldiers, which will happen in the next mission after Chinese Embassy here. But now for this last part of Chinese Embassy, it's just simply waiting until the patrols are putting the back in your face so that you can proceed to slowly crouch behind them. And you can successfully complete the mission with full stealth. No alerts and no knockouts. Pure pacifist walkthrough. Something that does tend to disappoint me a little bit with the first two Splinter Cell titles is the forced encounters of combat. Not being able to complete the game using full pacifist abilities, but for the most part, about 95% of the game can be done. And we do work out that 5% that we have to forcefully combat with enemies. Some cool strategy.
Hop in the back. We gotta go. Grab hold of something.
So our new partner, Cohen, is rescuing us here at the very end. And that is it for Chinese Embassy. Pretty simple mission, pretty straight to the point, and definitely a simpler mission compared to the last few that we had to endure in full stealth. So my name is Guectro. Thank you all for watching. Like I said earlier, if you want to see other parts of the playthrough, you can check out in the video description below. There's a full playlist on the walkthrough for Splinter Cell here, full stealth. And you can also check out the no commentary version as well. And also considering subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell if you like this type of content. Until next time, goodbye.